So I'm Brett with WIPdeveloper.com, and I am joined today by Adam Rutland, and we are going to talk about the extracurricular and um, the speaker submission process, because I want to help spread the word about getting speakers submit talks to the extracurricular. I guess one thing we should explain before we get there, though, is what the extracurricular is. It is like a it's a portion of Trailhead DX that is dedicated to developers. It's organized by the community, and speaker submissions are currently open, and they will be until April 1st. I will have links below in the notes. If there are two types of talks, there is a long form that is more focused on you present a topic, and then there's a panelist of Q&A, and then there's an open general Q&A section. And there is a short 5-minute talk, which is a demo. Slides are not encouraged, code is encouraged. So that would make this more unique and more developer friendly, since most developer topics can't be covered by one person getting up on stage and talking from a slide deck. So Adam, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and last year you talked about upserting. What was your talk about last year? Sorry.
Yeah, it was upserting records in Apex dynamically. So it was something that I've worked on a bit at the company I work at, which is an ETL tool. So doing dynamic kind of clicks, not code based tools in Salesforce. So dynamic upsert was something that I've encountered a lot.
Awesome. I'm sorry. What is the company you work at?
I work for an ISV called Velocity. We make industry-specific CRM on top of Salesforce.
Awesome. And now for the speaker selection process last year. So I'm assuming, since you spoke at something like that has such far-reaching connections as Trailhead DX, you must have years and years of presentation experience.
So this was actually my very first time speaking at a conference in any way. And so this kind of 5-minute presentation was actually perfect in that regard, because I was very nervous to go up in front of several hundred people who were out there, watching, and it was an interesting experience.
That's awesome. It's great to hear that they are open to having people without experience present. For as far as the actual selection process, was it like you had to submit like 30 different ideas and then sacrifice things to pagan gods, or how did it go?
So I think the nice thing about doing a 5-minute presentation is that you can kind of prepare a rough draft of a 5-minute presentation fairly easily. So it was a good, I took a couple ideas that I had and presented them, and then clarified one of them more and then presented it, and was able to get it accepted by just doing a rough draft version of it. I was given some great feedback and able to improve it for the actual presentation as well.
Oh, awesome. And now, how many slides did you present or have to prepare?
So I prepared basically 0 slides, though I did write a bit of code and kind of walked through some code. So a little bit easier for a programmer.
Sounds like the perfect presentation to me. But
right, yeah. I'm a lot more comfortable. I showed Sublime IDE instead of showing PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. And then let's see. Okay, and you did a 5-minute talk. Did you hang around for the longer main talks?
Yes, I watched all 3.
How were they?
They were great. It was really interesting to see a nice long presentation of a real technical topic. I've been to a lot of Dreamforces and all the Trailhead DXs, and it was a lot different to see this as opposed to kind of a more sales-oriented presentation. And it was great that it was the community, since all the other Trailhead DX presentations are all from Salesforce itself.
Awesome. Well, I think, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I would just encourage anyone who's interested in trying speaking to give it a shot, because it was a great experience for me.
Awesome. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me about your experience speaking at the extracurricular in 2018.
Thank you.